Drake has so much built up credit and so big of a fan base, so much music and so heavy of a catalog behind him. He could make mistakes. He could literally make mistakes. He could fuck up. But what you cannot return, you could return from a bad album. You could return from a hit or miss song. You could return from a Hey Delilah. You could return from losing a battle to Kendrick Lamar. But you know what you can't return from? You can't return from the things that show your character and your personality to where people say, oh, you're a different man and a different human being than we thought that you was. That's one thing you just can't return from. It's like certain allegations that get proven true. Like if you put the R on somebody's name, he R'd some woman. Oh, can't return from that. We see you run down the hallway and you beat the shit out of Cassie. Sorry, buddy, you can't return from that. I spoke about the dude Kramer from the Seinfeld show the other day, right? I said, yeah, you know, the Seinfeld show is a huge show, but when I seen him do his comedy stand up and he went into his nigger rant on stage, for me personally, no returning from that. You purposefully try to take money from me that actually is not within your rights to do. You try to sabotage me in ways where it's not your rights to do. Stop asking me to do a co-event. There's no returning from it. There's just certain things that you're not supposed to return from. So when I go back to Drake, this whole expose now that's happening around LeBron, and I'm gonna keep it real. When we did a reaction to the song, oh, we here to talk, people. Look, watch this. Watch this. I got it right here. I'm talking, people. We'll get into it later. This is a podcast, right? The host is supposed to outweigh the reaction videos. If they can't, then all they are is just replaying fucking other people's content. Okay. My thing with fucking Drake and this LeBron shit, because when I first heard the song, I didn't even peep the Fighting Irish stuff. You know what I paid attention to? A lot of the shit was going around initially saying the conductor shit, the producer, whatever, Freestyle, he put it up and then he took it down, a leak. And I was just like, okay, cool. And I'm deciphering the lyrics and I'm just like, yo, he sounds heartbroken. He definitely sounds like he's beat up about losing certain friendships or whatever. Okay, I'm picking up on the LeBron thing. Then when I started seeing it going around being called Fighting Irish, I'm like, Fighting Irish, Fighting Irish, Fighting Irish. And then people putting the dots together for me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm so used to seeing LeBron in fucking Cavs or Miami Heat or Lakers jersey. Oh, yeah. That is where he went to school. Oh, shit. He does have the Fighting Irish tattoo on him, Drake. What the what? All right, now let's say hypothetically he didn't name it that. That just became an internet thing. You still put out what you put out or leaked it, and you still rapped what you rapped. We saw the video. It's not AI. It's not AI, people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he damn sure supposedly went and told academics those DMs that's going to come up in the video that we're going to watch. That's not real. But you never seen Drake come out and say that, oh, that leaked song, that's not. We see the video of you. Once again, it's fake. It's not fake. It's real. It's real. So when I talk about you can't return from certain things about your character or your image that make people look at you as a different type of man, then we're talking about you getting into the Nino Brown type of antics. You see my thumbnail? It wasn't a fucking mistake. Obviously, me putting Nino Brown, Drake, and LeBron, it's not a mistake. That's Nino Brown behavior. That's Alonzo from Training Day behavior. That is now Drake, LeBron behavior. That's what that is. I'm on my way down, or I'm having it, and I'm grabbing, I'm pulling everybody with me. Like Nino Brown stands up in the courtroom and says, I'm telling you right now, it's bigger than Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm taking a hope. It's that shit. Or it's Alonzo standing in the middle of the jungle talking about King Khan, they got shit on me. I'm going to burn this whole motherfucker down because y'all don't support me. Or y'all turned on me. It's no different. You feel like LeBron turned on you, and now you want to. I don't even got to do bro code and guy code. I don't even got to do that. Right? Let's go back to this one. I want to discuss his continued character that it shows us, right? And maybe you can't return from this because maybe you're just showing us something that, or things about you that we didn't know, right? You come up to endear and revel in somebody's music, and you learn more and more about these people over the years, and there's certain things they never show us. When you talk about exposing a man on levels that are outside of typical disses. Okay, we have this thing in battle rap because Kendrick and Drake is a rap battle. It's one of the biggest battle, the biggest battle of all time. And as Kendrick predicted, now spiraling is Drake. But we have this thing in battle rap where it's supposed to be on stage or on beat or within the battle. Gloves is off. You can say and do anything, right? Once upon a time, I got an old live, even before I brought back the Sorry Is True podcast. You know what I said? I said, there's a moral and principles element there. Arsenal to me is the only person that gets a full, complete pass to say any and everything. He's the only one to me. There might be maybe I'll take it back. It might be one or two other little battles that are sprinkled in there, but it's not across the board any and everything to me because there's just certain things that from human being to human being they just don't want to talk about. If you battle a religious or Christian rapper, he might not want to talk about certain things, right? A Ward and Loso and Saga, they may not want to talk about, and Street Hymns, they may not want to talk about certain things. Whereas other rappers, they might be willing to get in there and call you an artist, or they might be willing to get in there and say that you're a pedo, or they might be willing to get in there and say that you committed a murder, or like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Have we seen that one in battle rap? There's been a lot of, stuff that is very, very tough to accept. Like, damn, you're saying that to another man in the form of a rap battle. Snitching is in that realm as well. But what do we say? If you're gonna call somebody a snitch, you gotta have the paperwork. That's the only thing that actually validates and justifies and makes Big K's round versus Adi Boom real and makes him real for what he did because he came with the paperwork, right? But jumping out there and calling somebody an artist or a pedo without the proof in the form of battle rap, it could be going too far. Certain people disagree with that. Arsenal definitely does, but he has the pass. Okay. I laid that out to say, all right, hypothetically, we don't rock anymore. You gave me the cold shoulder. I popped up at my 40th birthday party. You got me on camera. I'm singing Kendrick Lamar's GNX album lyrics. I deserve it all. Everybody's got LeBron doing that on camera. Cool. Was it intentional? Was it not? Was it a shot? Was it? Who knows? Who cares? Right? Even if LeBron, goes to the pop out concert and he's dancing in the crowd, and he's having a good old time. Even if he gets on his Instagram and goes Snoop and promotes Not Like Us, the way that he did with Taylor Made, Snoop did with Taylor Made. And even if LeBron stands by that, that is not of the same level of then somebody in retaliation coming out and saying, hey, man, I know you're a walking billionaire. You're a walking machine and commodity. You're responsible for millions of people making money. And I'm going to go out here and this was like the subs in the lyrics, right? And tarnish your perfect image and expose that you're cheating or you cheated on your wife. That's not the same shit. I only think that Arsenal should do that. There's just certain things that's just like, yo, like, what type of nigga is you? That's Nino Brown shit. That's Alonzo from Training Day shit. To me. You know how many things? Can I say this? I could say this. I have people that I dislike very, very much in this world. I'm not just talking about in battle rap people. I'll just say in general. There's people in this world that I dislike very much. And I know things about them that it's just not in me to expose, if that makes sense to y'all. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to y'all. Because there's supposed to be levels to this shit. Now, you do something to my family or like if I feel I could be brought to the all gloves is off level. I can be. I 100% can be. Right. But I do believe that it's not an all gloves thing off thing when you have morals and principles. So what Drake is doing to me, and then him continue to allegedly do that in the DMs that academics try to jump out there and save him and say like, oh no, that's not true. Those are fake DMs. And dude came out and continued to expose Drake even further. Like, this is all real that I'm putting out. When we get to that part of the video, you guys make your own decisions on that. But this is just not the way a man is supposed to move. And earlier when we got into that whole thing about like, yo, you got to listen to people. ARP, who is ARP, or these other fans that might say the same, or these other podcasts, or these other media outlets that may say things similar to what I'm saying. Who the fuck are y'all? I'm the billionaire. I'm the Drake. I'm the cool, cool. But what I am of the very, very strong opinion of is, unless this is really the cloth that you are cut from and we just didn't know, or maybe we did know and we ignored it the whole time, using music or DMs or subliminals to do anything in the form of this Nino Brown type of behavior, it kills your credibility as a man. It kills your character. It kills your image. And it starts to put stuff on you that you could never rebound from. In summary, you can't rebound from that. Hey, Delilah, sure, come on. You fucked up. Don't do that again. Rap battle. Oh, don't ask for a rematch with Kendrick. Leave it alone. Cool. So a lot that people could come if you just make the right moves, or shut up for a little bit, or make the right songs, or create a new wave, or put out a dope album or whatever. These fans, we got such short fucking memories, man. Tomorrow we'll be on something. We got very, 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 very short memories, B. When was the last time y'all talked about DJ Envy's situation with the guy, supposedly scamming in real estate? When's the last time I spoke about that? Okay. DJ Envy's up there and everybody forgot about it. It's on to the next one. Nobody thinks about it. Nobody cares. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's until some other shit rehashes. Nobody thinks about it no more, B. People can get over this Drake and Kendrick shit. Like, maybe Drake wants to be the king again and he wants to have that crown as the. You can't have that. You lost that. But you're throwing everything else away with it. And it's just like, why? All right, I'm glad we went 17 minutes without getting into a reaction, man. That's why they call these things podcasts. All right, let's do it.
Wow, guys, we got a lot to touch on in this video. The first week of 2025 has not even finished yet, and the prophecies from Kendrick Lamar's diss records against Drake continue to live on stronger than ever. Do you guys remember on 6/16 in LA when Kendrick rapped, "Are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought OVO?"
What? Ah! Fuck! Real talk? Real talk? Talk about the switching of fucking energy and topics and thought. What? For real? Damn. Fuck. I don't see it, luckily. I don't want to see it. I'm seeing his grandson. That's 2023. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm gonna leave this alone because I tried to look it up real quick and I don't see it. And I don't want to see it. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true. I know he's much older and they use like even AI in movies like The Irishman for him and Pesci and everybody to do their faces and make them look younger than they really are. But uh thank goodness. All right. The realist says, I don't see nothing on Twitter. These ninjas. I hope. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Shout out to the chat for being interactive and hipping me because this is live. We live, fellas and ladies. So shout out to the chat for always keeping me informed, whether it's in my DMs on IG, on Twitter, y'all tweet me, or even here live in the chat. Did you talk about live? Oh my God. So thank you. But I'm glad that some of y'all are saying y'all don't see it. I see Jay says she don't see it on TMZ. You know, TMZ is lightning fast. People saying else. All right, good. Oh, yes, good. Woo! It's one of our greats, man. It's one of our greats. All right. Get my energy back. Let me get my energy back. All right, let's get back to today's topic, today's live. Oh, shit.
was working for me. Fake bullies, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering you deserve it. Can't Tusi slide up out of this one. It's just going to resurface. Every dog has its day. Now live in your purpose. The Elohim, KTW, no, you can't sleep. These images trouble you. By the way, if any of you guys are still wondering what KTW stands for, a lot of people thought it was Kendrick the Warrior. Some people didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. Someone pointed it out to me in the comments. It actually stands for know the wires, because in the next bar Kendrick raps, know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. So it seems like in that record, Kendrick Lamar was most definitely alluding to the fact that there was a mole inside Drake's OVO camp, someone within his inner circle that was leaking information, whether it was to Kendrick or just to the general public. Drake had to watch his back because there was someone out there to get him leaking information. Now, during the battle, we did see the first Drake diss record that came out of the battle, Push-Ups, get leaked online before Drake could drop the finished version on streaming platforms. Many people even believe that that Push-Ups record initially was an AI reference track, meaning that someone ghost wrote that song for Drake, put his vocals on it so that no one would know that there was ever a reference track for it. And that's why when it leaked, it kind of had this robotic sound to it in the delivery. And then Drake re-recorded it, mastered it, and then re-released it officially. Now, I say
Yeah. People, chat. There's one thing we pushing in 2025. We don't want fake leaks anymore. It's pussy. It's corny. You need feedback for your song. Don't use us. We are not your studio cosign and yes men and yes, we're not that. Please don't use us. Any of y'all. Any of these rappers. We don't want to condone that. Like when the Push-Ups first came out with that beat or whatever, it's just hard to stand on this leak shit because it's just like y'all are in the studio. If Kendrick could sit in that studio and lock in like that and make allegedly 10 songs and you drop Family Matters and boom, here goes Meets the Gram. Nobody knows nothing. Any artist can do it. They just lock in and they got trustworthy people around them. These leaks be intentional. Don't use us to test the water. That shit is so pussy. That's how we feel about this fight in Irish shit. It's just like, all right, so now if the whole world jumps up and says, oh, let's go, then you back it. Or you start talking about it, or you promote it, or you turn it into official release and you master it, you do a video order. That shit is pussy. That shit is corny as fuck. That shit is whack. It's one thing for us to get got by some random AI fan. That happens, right? But these fucking artists need to stop using us or trying to treat us like we their test bed. Drop it. Have the confidence to drop the shit, or don't have the confidence to drop the shit. Put that shit in the archives, put it on the shelf, or say, oh, this is a heater. Let me put it out. Because you know what you're really showing somebody like me? You're not confident anymore.
All this to say, there have been multiple leaks that have come out of Drake's camp, especially in the last few days, which we're going to touch on all of them in this video. But even after the beef, multiple reference tracks leaked. Mob Ties, which was initially written by the artist Vori, had leaked online. Ratchet Happy Birthday, the reference track from Party Next Door, had leaked online. Lil Yachty's Jumbotron Poppin' reference track for Drake had leaked online. So there had been an odd amount of Drake leaks.
Hey, Clizzy Kicks, man. I'll answer that just in my humble opinion. So, does anybody have the definitive facts? The answer is no, right? Let's say that you have your opinion and I have mine, right? What we could at least do is use logic and we could say which side of the coin weighs heavier, okay? So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, was it a leak? And was Drake aware of the leak on a scale of 1 to 10, right? If you believe if the answer is 1 through 4, right? I think that's in my opinion, I think that's a little naive because once again, he's on camera going over that song, right? That's you could tell it's not mastered. He's not in the studio. He's obviously reading off of something. And another thing that points to how he's trying to get it down right is he even inserts the ad libs. You see, after he delivers some of his closing bars, he inserts the ad lib as well that he does and his little change of voice and shit when he's like talking regular and not rapping. That right there is the clear indication that he's practicing it, right? Number two, he looks in the camera a bunch of times. Okay. Number three, where it originally got released is one of his producers. Number four, he has braids. This wasn't something yesterday was like, oh, I just recorded it yesterday. It happened to come out. No. Number five, the links with LeBron and the ties into, oh, he just happened to have this footage come out where he's celebrating his 40th birthday party and he's singing Kendrick Lamar lyrics on camera again. So I got 5 for you, Clizzy Kicks. Do you have any for me that are on the scale of 1 through 4? Because if somebody wants to sit in the middle and just be indifferent and say, all right, my 5 is like, all right, maybe it is, maybe it ain't, then you stay there. But I just gave you 5 for why 6 through 10 of why I lean on that side to say, I got to apply a little bit of a logic. I got to pay attention to the details. And I got to say, nah, this is intentional. This is intentional. And he's done it before. Did anybody ever come out and explain to me why push-ups had 2 beats? Right? Did anybody ever explain that to me? No, I don't expect Drake to explain that. Why not? Why wouldn't he explain it? But it clearly, the original one that came out with the original beat clearly is Drake. And then the real beat leaked what? Oh, not leaked. It officially dropped like a couple hours later or an hour later. Like, so what are we doing? So that's actually 6 now. Somebody's history. So Clizzy Kicks, I always respect the opinions in our chat. But I just gave you 6 reasons why, nah, I'm not going for that. And that's why I said prior, like, we're not doing that. We're not being used like that. We're not being taken for fools. You're not going to throw some shit out there and see if it sticks on the wall and then be able to put yourself in an unconfident situation where you could say, oh, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. I didn't put that out. This is bullshit. And then you will address everything else through mauling academics when you get a chance. Why you didn't address this fight and Iris fucking shit coming out? Okay. He addressed something else that happened after that through academics, which is coming up in this video, which is those DMs about dissing LeBron and exposing LeBron. You address that. Why ain't so that's 7 now, as a matter of fact. Nah, we're not doing that, Clizzy. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that, man. We ain't letting these guys get that shit off on us, man. We're not doing that.
Randomly popping up online, and it all aligns with what Kendrick was rapping on 616 in LA, with there being someone in his inner circle deliberately trying to sabotage him by leaking inside information. Even The Weeknd alluded to this on his record with Future and Metro Boomin titled All to Myself, when he said, they can never diss my brother's baby when they got leaks in their operation. And especially early on in Drake's career, we never really saw many songs, much information leak out of Drake's camp. His mentor Lil Wayne constantly had hundreds of different songs leak on the internet, so much so that he had to completely redo his famous album The Carter 3 because it all got leaked. But with Drake, maybe Young Money had learned from their mistakes because he usually ran a pretty tight-knit operation. But the same thing can't be said in 2025. In the last 7 days, we've seen some Drake records leak where he's speaking on Kendrick, The Beef, and LeBron James, which we're going to touch on shortly. We've seen some of his DMs leak, which we're going to touch on shortly. And we even saw the rumors of him having a hidden daughter get revived through some old pictures from his father on Instagram. We're going to touch on all that shortly. Let's start with these leaked messages. So earlier today, this screenshot of Drake's Instagram account, Champagne Papi, randomly started floating around online, where Drake sent out this long message with half of it being blurred out. And what it said was, I mean, I don't know no details, fam. I'm just showing you outside perception. I think there's better ways to go about it, is my opinion. Me and Universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife. Not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company he'd been with since he started. My situation is not no street stuff. Everybody before me that tried the label was too eccentric, so they wrote them off as crazy, and they never had to pay for their sins and mistakes. I'm going to change that and make the building a safer place for every artist moving forward. So it seems like here he's kind of alluding to the fact that LeBron may have been cheating on his wife, but the way he's writing it, essentially he's trying to say the opposite, right? Because he's saying Universal funding a song that's calling Drake a PDF file is like if Nike funded a campaign saying that LeBron cheated on his wife. Obviously, Drake is saying that it's not true that he's a pedophile. So the analogy that he makes of LeBron cheating on his wife, therefore, in Drake's eyes, or as he's implying, is not true. Unless Drake really thinks that he is a pedophile. I mean, he did tell Kendrick to talk about him liking young girls on Tailor-Made Freestyle. But what was interesting to me is that last sentence where he said, "I'm going to change that and make the building a safer place for every artist moving forward." Basically saying that, any artists that tried to fight for morality against these giant corporations, these giant record labels, they were too eccentric. I'm guessing he's talking about acts like Prince, Michael Jackson, or Kanye West, who maybe unlike Drake, were possibly more focused on the creative side of things, how a label was holding them back on a creative level or holding their creativity hostage in bad record contracts, whereas Drake, on the opposite end, is looking at it from a more corporate perspective, where he's not necessarily fighting for his creative freedom, like let's say his mentor Lil Wayne was when he sued UMG for holding up his album The Carter 5. Instead, Drake is fighting for his brand reputation, his goodwill. But that last sentence to me is very interesting because it really shows that Drake thinks that by him suing UMG over Kendrick's song Not Like Us, he thinks that he's making the industry a better place for artists, a safer place, as he puts it. I don't really see what's necessarily safe about an artist now having to worry about the lyrics they rap in their songs, worried that they might get sued over said lyrics. I don't see how it's necessarily a safer space when record labels will now monitor the subject matter in their artist music more closely, as they might fear a lawsuit on their hands if they release music that tarnishes the reputation of another artist. It definitely does not make battle rap a safe space. Well, actually, I guess technically it does make battle rap a safe space because every rapper is essentially safe because they could just go and file a lawsuit if they get dissed too hard. So him trying to frame himself as the
Oh man, two reactions there, man. That was a very, very good. And shout out once again to our homie, man. This is coming from the Rapaholics channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him, man. He does a great job breaking down some of these videos for us reactors to get out here and continue the conversation. But the creation of a safe place, based on this lawsuit for artists, right? It's so funny because there's even a separate debate that's been going on for years and years. And even at one point, Jay-Z backed it, which is lyrics are to be categorized as just pure artistry and they should never be brought into court, right? Now, me personally, I think that that's never going to happen thanks to genres like drill, thanks to rappers that continue to put real street crimes in their lyrics, right? So it's not justified to actually take it out, unfortunately, right? But it's so funny that we have huge movements and opinions like that, which will stand by our pure artistry, right? Oh, this should never be brought into court. Court is what? A legal entity. It's tied to legal process. Okay? Court. So now we're talking about him attempting to make it a safe place, allegedly with these DMs, by saying, okay, you can possibly hold the record label accountable if they promote something that is damaging to your character, to your image, or to your brand. That is a pure contradictory because both require and both entail legal entities and court. So that becomes a complete contradiction. And then on top of that, when he said sarcastically about it would actually make battle rap a safe place because if you don't like the lyrics that your opponent says, you could just sue for it. Well, I don't think I need to react to that one right there, people. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be any lawsuits in battle rap.
hero in all this, to me, is ridiculous. I saw an interesting comment from someone about this who said, him and Kanye West have used the same playbook, pretending it's a fight for artists' rights, when in reality, it's just a fight for themselves. Kanye was trying to get his masters back and then saying he wants Taylor Swift to get hers back too. Meanwhile, he hadn't given the artists on his label Good Music their royalties back. He said he would after he was called out on it, and then Big Sean spoke out on it a year later and said he still hadn't given them back. And I can't
Self-motivated smokescreen. Hey, keep your eyes on it. Interesting.
Necessarily speak on the Kanye thing. I didn't, analyze the contracts there deep enough. But with the Drake thing, I definitely agree in that he's trying to paint himself out to be this hero saving the music industry, and that this lawsuit is going to make the music business a safer space for artists. But You wanted all the smoke with Kendrick. This was a rap battle. You knew what you were getting yourself into. And if both you and Kendrick were getting distributed from the same record label, it was only logical that both of you would get the same sort of backing. But what's funny is the whole LeBron thing. We're going to touch on LeBron later in this video. But I did find this super funny and ironic, the fact that, everyone's up in arms that Drake is exposing LeBron for potentially cheating on his wife. Funny enough, Pusha T, way back in 2009, before he ever exposed Drake for having a kid, had actually possibly exposed LeBron for cheating on his wife, as on the song Popular Demand, he rapped, "Used to have this white girl, she looked like Madonna though, heard that she's effing LeBron, but hell, I don't know. Like that Bron, I had that a long time ago." And damn, all I could say is Pusha T's got to add an EA to his name because he's always been coming with that T. But anyway,
I'm not in my pro Pusha T mode right now. I'm just being real. That LeBron lyric right there, you know what that gets categorized as? It's like, yo, Pusha, you rapping, but you happen to say some shit that might be an accidental breaking of the code. Like you fuck around and exposing LeBron, and that's not your intention. You just rapping some rap, trying to act like y'all got certain women in common and whatnot. It's damn near a stunt for you, maybe. And you're trying to do the metaphor about white girl, i.e., drug talk, which is what the clips are very, very known for, right? But that's not the same category of somebody coming out and saying, well, I just want the world to know that your clean image doesn't fit because you be cheating on your wife. Meanwhile, you want to be over there hanging out with Kendrick. So bet I got you back, sucker. That's not the same. It's Nino Brown shit.
It was weird that this image, this screenshot of this text between
shit.
Drake and someone else had mysteriously leaked online. Half the message was blurred out. People thought it was fake. And DJ Academics came online to confirm that Drake told him it indeed was fake. He tweeted out, "This is a fake DM. Drake called Buddy a rat. He got mad and made up some fake DM to try to make the blogs and go viral. End of story. The source is the boy." But now
Oh my God, DJ Academics, man. I'm really a DJ Academic supporter, man. I really am, man. But there's just, we always gonna call a spade, man. I'm a fan of DJ Academics, man. But Jesus Christ, like it's like DJ Academics wants to throw out all his logic, his intelligence, and his backbone when it comes to Drake. He just tosses it out the window, man. He just becomes overly gullible when it comes to Drake. It's fucking insane, man. And I did a stream, breaking down why I think he does it, right? I ain't gonna go back to that. But anyway, so right there, Drake and Academics at least confirm that this person is real to Drake, right? So that is half of the battle. That is half of the argument right there alone. Oh, this person, like, oh no, they really got a dispute, you know what I'm saying? But dude's a rat or whatever. So what he did in the midst of their arguing, or in the midst of them not agreeing with each other or not being on the same page, he then started to expose Drake with some fake stuff. I didn't fuck her. And then it gets put out on video that she slept over. It's just like, oh wait, it becomes more of a possibility now. Like, you get it? Like, it's just, come on, man. And the boy. Oh my God. So I mean, this doesn't end right here as far as if these DMs are fake or not. Let's continue.
blogs and go viral. End of story. The source is the boy. But now here's where it gets interesting, because the source of this conversation, the guy who leaked this message to begin with, after Academics tweeted that out, this guy, Chris Blake Griffin, who's another artist, went on Instagram and seemingly posted the entire conversation in full. He said, "Never intended for this convo to turn public, but F it. Blogs hitting my line to confirm the facts, so let's discuss it. I've seen them all switch on me faster than a Glock accessory. I just never thought the GOAT would choose another side other than mine. Idols turn rivals. He's not like us." So he shares a bunch of different pictures and videos. The first thing he shares is this video of Drake.
I've seen people I would never expect, people I've had the utmost respect for, do foul shit. If they could have their way, I'd be on the street corner with me and all these guys in this room and my family, and we'd never to be heard from again, if they had their way. But like I said, I'm ready for whatever.
Then he leaks the whole convo where seemingly it's a response to Drake unfollowing him. Chris Blake Griffith says, "Damn gang, unfollowed me from college days playing Views on repeat with..."
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm just using my own personal experience and spider sense. If somebody is making fake DMs about you or fake text messages, like I guess they're gonna really focus on the issue. And this would be a first for me. I've never seen somebody make fake DMs to fake a communication when the topic is you unfollowed me. I've never seen somebody get that creative about you unfollowed me. And mind you, this person is an obvious fan and big supporter of Drake, hence him going into his own pocket and supporting some of these moves that's happening related to like Javante Davis's fight and those gloves getting signed, the owl ending up on Javante Davis's shorts. I mean, I'm gonna say all allegedly, of course. I'm going on what we're seeing being made out here as public perception, right? But even still, this guy's going out of his way to show the links. Academics, just with his tweet, whether he knows it or not, confirms the link. So somebody like this who is expressing his loyalty or what he thought was, his good energy towards Drake, or even if he was trying to help himself, right? I could see somebody like that actually feeling affected that they were unfollowed. And Drake has a reputation of doing that, right? Oh, wait, LeBron did what? Unfollow, right? So I could see that. Once again, I've never seen somebody get that creative and say, I'm going to make up a fake Photoshop DM about me beefing over somebody unfollowing me. I think people have a little bit too much ego to get into that. Anyway, just a random thought, man. It seems on some sorry it's true shit, but
the volume turned all the way down in my sleep in hopes of helping you attain another number one, to tatting the owl in my skin, from standing outside your shows in the cold with my baby bro.
No disrespect to this guy, but he just shows me what type of person he is. And which makes me believe that the correlation of what I just said on my last reaction, type of person that would complain over being unfollowed, he tatted an owl for Drake. Yeah, I believe this. If you're exposing yourself and saying I tatted the owl, you're one of those type of fans or one of those type of people. So I can see you riffing over being unfollowed. That type of person.
Broski, whose OVO deal fell through the cracks after coming to Toronto to link 40 at Soda Studios, to arguing with Javante about charging $0 to put the OVO owl patch on the shorts when he fought on the Mayweather versus McGregor undercard simply because I saw the vision, from always offering tickets to all the OVO guys for every fight that I pay out of pocket for because Javante
maybe they have certain characteristics in common is one of the points I've been making.
would say they got the money, to then having Preem pissed at me for requesting a pair of signed gloves and not getting them despite me spending my own money on gloves for Preem and your whole team that Javante refused to sign until I asked you to send us.
What did they be saying about them birds of a feather, huh?
It's a pic of the signed shorts that I had framed and gifted to you for your birthday. He thinks you dispose of them. Even when I flew out from Baltimore to LA and dropped the shorts off to you, my personal team.
You want to know? So I'm not tattooing none of these. Oh my God, my skin crawls thinking about it. Like, you want to know what's even weaker or cornier for Drake to do? I mean, the initial tat to me is extremely questionable. I would have, nah, I can't confirm it. Like, I can't, I should not confirm. I can't justify. I'm thinking like you guys met, and what type of circumstances could you guys like? Does he have a Drake tat? Like, that would be weird. But anyway, what would be even weirder is now to see Drake go to the tattoo artist and get it covered up. You gotta, it's already weird for it to be there. That's its question within itself, right? You got your little manship thing going on with LeBron right now. Cool. Friends, disassociate, fall out. It is what it is. But if he goes and gets that tattoo covered up, that's like, once again, female energy. No disrespect to my ladies, but y'all know what I mean, son. It's like, yo, you went and covered up your tramp stamp, B. Like, you don't want your man's name tatted on you no more, huh? Oh shit. Yo, B, Thomas that shit up, son. All right, let's get back to try to be serious. But yo, there's truth in that jest. No, if he covers it up, it's even worse.
Team at GTD said I was deriding when I was merely showing love as I paid for the framing, my flights, and lodging out of my own pockets because G was against it. I'm not your op, champ. You heard a fan today, broski. God bless. Hope your best days are ahead. Forever grateful. So just want to apologize and clarify. I had said earlier in this video that this guy, Chris Blake Griffith, I think I even mispronounced his name. I said that he was an artist. If you look a little deeper on his Instagram, it says he's a professional entertainment marketing manager working with and managing artists, athletes, and influencers for 10 plus years. Oh, and he has a music career. So he is an artist. Sorry, we got a lot of information to cover here. I'm kind of doing some of this on the fly. So stick with me. Appreciate you guys if you have. So anyways, Drake replies to his DM saying, you asked me to post a tape about you ratting on people, G. I just don't really come from a family or a friend group or a city where that's acceptable. I live by a code that's become law. We all just got to deal with our own stuff.
Once again, this is what academics just tweeted, right? As if this is where we're going to go with that this is fake. This DM supposedly saying that came out before academics tweet of Drake telling him, son, this is some rat shit that you did, right? And academics coming out and confirming the link and saying, no, he's just a rat, blah, 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 but he rat. Like, are you and Drake at least having enough text messages or DMs to at least try to convince us in a better manner? Because you guys are over there fucking confirming it, whether you realize it or not. They want us to be born yesterday, B. It's sad. We're not.
Off of here. Not telling you to be no super gangster or tell you what to do, but it made me feel super weird. You would think I would be into supporting that type of stuff. Chris replied saying, a guy tried me on some gay stuff while I was designing.
But peep though, look, like Drake got a nice resume. I ain't gonna hate on no man. You know what I'm saying? He got a nice little resume from people that we heard about, right? Like Serena Williams and whatnot. Shout out to Drake. Maybe Rihanna, right? Rihanna. Shout out to Drake, man. I don't hate on no man. I live within my own skin. I'm cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Skip, if he's willing to pay 1.5 for that hairdresser, you never know what he might got under. Yeah, Skip might got a resume on the low. If Skip is gonna give that hairstylist 1.5, he fuck around and might have gave some 2-3 million to somebody that we know. Like, oh shit, Skip took you down. Hey, came with 3.5, and she just took it and then fucking put in a lawsuit. If Skip is putting out 1.5 for the stylist, B, now you fuck around and shock out. They sit down, they podcast and start talking about women that they took down. A lot of y'all niggas get sick. Like, oh, you let Skip hit? Like, yeah, Skip hit. Oh shit.
Signing his collection and styling him. Stefan Diggs, I didn't go. And then he sent 2 guys to off me at my crib to suppress his secret. That's not ratting, champ. I survived the hit, and he had the money on my head, so I spoke up. That's like me telling you that you ratted for pulling Universal's card because they played with you in front of the entire world. Basically, Chris is comparing his own situation to Drake filing this petition against UMG and quote-unquote exposing them for malpractice with the promotion of Not Like Us. Anyways, he continues on saying, much like my situation, you survived with your head held high and spoke up.
Hey, Jay, don't make me kick that topic off. Don't make me listen. Let's stay on topic here. Don't make me kick the fucking topic off. Don't make me start pulling y'all women up here with these answers and ask right now. 73-year-old man, 1.5 million. And how many people would say yes? I'm not saying you, Jay. I'm not saying you. But let's not veer off into that topic because a lot of people we don't know took that shit. And it wasn't no 1.5 from Skip. I can guarantee you that.
I know Stefan from business and business alone. I'm not holding no closeted gay man secrets, champ. Anyways, Chris goes on about his own particular situation, but Drake actually responds specifically to the Universal comments he made by saying, I mean, I don't know no details, fam. I'm just showing you outside perception. I think there's better ways to go about it, is my opinion. Me and Universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife, not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company he'd been with since he started. My situation is not no street stuff. Everybody before me that tried the label was too eccentric, so they wrote them off as crazy, and they never had to pay for their sins and mistakes.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. That's what's killing me. That's what's killing us. It's nowhere near the same as if Nike was starting to promote him cheating on his wife. That would be Nike versus LeBron then. Okay? You can't say it's UMG versus Drake when Kendrick is also signed to UMG, B. Oh my God.
Going to change that and make the building a safer place for every artist moving forward. Your stuff is personal and involves violence, and I just think the way you're doing it makes you look crazy. That's my opinion, and you don't need to listen to it. I just think if all you're saying is true, there's better ways to handle it other than dropping a tape. Then he goes on to share a bunch of different pictures and videos of him gifting Drake merchandise, them putting the Owl OVO logo on Gervonta Davis's shorts for one of his fights, seemingly proving that he's been in communication with Drake for years now. Drake ended their conversation off by saying, "I'll think this one out and write my response somewhere else other than Instagram. I'm on a plane right now." And I'm assuming that's the last they spoke because this guy felt comfortable exposing this entire conversation on his Instagram. We're not confirming or denying nothing here, so Drake, don't sue us. This is all what this guy has posted. All the screenshots come directly from him. But while academics claims Drake told him that this guy just faked all these DMs, like none of them are real, this guy responded with a little bit too much proof to deny. I'll leave a link to his Instagram post in the description of this video. Now, what's interesting is that he's bringing up this LeBron stuff, talking about LeBron possibly cheating on his wife in these DMs, and this is something he alluded to on his recent freestyle Fighting Irish, which many people think was riddled with sneak disses at LeBron James. So if you guys didn't know, obviously when Kendrick released Not Like Us and had his pop-out concert, LeBron was there dancing to it. Recently, he was at his birthday party rapping word for word, which is very surprising for LeBron that he knew all the lyrics of the song Man at the Garden by Kendrick Lamar. Drake then unfollowed LeBron off of Instagram. And then this Drake freestyle leaks titled Fighting Irish, which is the name of the mascot for the high school basketball team that LeBron used to play for. And ironically, Drake has a tattoo of LeBron in this jersey on his arm. Drake and LeBron have been in business together for a while. Drake always refers to him as his brother, but also says there's no friends in the industry. So it's hard to tell what's what. On that Fighting Irish freestyle, Drake rapped, "The world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Just know this stuff is personal to us. It wasn't just business." Later in the song, he rapped, "Talk about family. Well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image." This is where people think Drake is taking direct shots at LeBron since he's talking about his brother betraying him, getting front row tickets to Kendrick's show to watch the entire thing go down. Plus, LeBron does have a squeaky clean public image, and Drake is saying, God forbid we got to tarnish that, which in my opinion is just so lame. Like, you're already suing your record label, trying to expose a bunch of things there. Now you're trying to expose your so-called brother over whatever secrets, and you're talking about his business in a leaked DM conversation with someone else, talking about how he's cheating on his wife, or at least implying it. Now, Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast, a frequent OVO Glazer Drake defender, has come to Drake's rescue again and seemingly confirmed that Drake wants no reconciliation with LeBron, that the shots on this Fighting Irish freestyle were probably aimed at LeBron, seemingly in response to LeBron requesting the song Man at the Garden by Kendrick Lamar at his birthday party and then rapping every word of it. And Maul basically says that this is Drake's way of stating, like, all you guys who picked a side, all you guys who supported Kendrick throughout this beef, stay on that side.
I'm sure people have been reaching out to him and kind of like, backsliding and backtracking certain actions. And I think this is probably his.
Can't be possible. I've ever been sued, so anything I say would be fair game, right?
His way of letting those people know, like, nah, fam, like that wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you got to stay over there. You pick the side, stay over there. I think this was a cool way of doing that.
We brought up in the last episode that LeBron at his birthday party requested Man of the Garden because Drake unfollowed him. Do you think Drake asked this to be leaked because of LeBron's 40th birthday party? Because it is a direct shot at LeBron through most of this. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, obviously we know that part.
He also says that he believes LeBron reached out to Drake and Drake told LeBron the same thing. Stay on that side. You picked it. There's no more buddy, my brother, this and that. All that stuff is done.
I believe that LeBron has probably reached out through some avenues or,
Many topic there. You know what's crazy about that, Queen, is that those clips in his hair, like I seen he even did a lookalike contest, like it was like a week or so ago, and people were flying in like Drake lookalikes, and some people were showing up with that whole look from that video with the clips in their hair, the colorful clips in their hair and all that. He's done a lot of stuff in the realm of what never constitutes an alpha male, or let's say a more aggressive man, or somebody that's not as, more on the acceptance of feminine stuff. Like we see when he was painting his nails, he does the duck lip pictures, selfies and all that type of stuff. And I don't think that he's ever really gotten backlash over these things. Like even some of the stuff he done in his video, they show clips like here where he's in, the gym with all the pink backdrop, and he's curling the weights or whatever, but it's made to look kind of almost in that realm of femininity, right? And I'm not even in my mode right now for this topic where I'm trying to take shots at him. What I'm trying to prove is that this is how big of an artist Drake was. That I'm pretty sure there was always pockets of people that say, oh, this nigga's painting his nails, or this nigga's fucking selfies is a little but we're not talking about the little pockets of chatter of people like that just don't like you, or never really fucked with your music, or don't support you. In a general consensus and across a general scale, prior to the battle versus Kendrick, Drake is just that nigga where he can do anything, and he can literally even create. He's probably had people out there putting them clips in their fucking head, them colorful shits. Like now, that shit is done. That shit is done. Like Kendrick and the aftermath of this battle and the things Drake has done since has killed all of that shit. But to be sorry it's true, real honest with it, Drake was such of a polarizing, and he still is, but he's such of a polarizing and a big artist that he's able to do shit like that, and it just be regular. It just be cool. It just be the next thing that he does in his video. And I'm pretty sure he ended up in that thought pattern as well. Like, I could do no wrong. I could paint my nails. I could do this. I could do that. I could say this. I could say that. I could do this type of feature. I could stand with this type of person. I could do no wrong. I'm really the golden child. I really am. And that's another reason why this is gonna, people like, yo, this topic again, it's not going anywhere. We will never see this in our lifetime again. Somebody that gets to this level for this long of dominance, go through this elongated battle on a chessboard between him and another high caliber artist, and to see all these tricks. There's a fucking life lessons embedded in some of this shit. It's insane. Lawsuits. And why do I know how much Spotify makes a year? Because it is beef. I never give a fuck about stats like that before, or UMG. I never cared about. There's so much that's coming out. The sprawl effect of this is global. It's global. And now he can't do them things no more, because he was really there. He really had the whole force field protection around him where he could do anything. And Kendrick snatched that. And that within itself will make certain people suicidal. And we're seeing the spiraling effect that he's having right now. But to be that golden child where there's fucking rose petals underneath your every step that you take, to now just picking up your phone and seeing everybody and their mother saying, oh, you this, you that. You're probably confused. It's probably shocking to certain type of personalities. Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought I was Jesus. I could turn water to wine. Now you guys don't even want to hear my new song? That's a big fucking change in how somebody looks in the mirror. And that's another reason to never leave the ground that you stand on. I'm not saying Drake. I don't know him that well. I don't know him at all, to be honest, but you never leave the ground that you stand on. No matter where you end up, never leave the ground that you stand on. Remain grounded, remain humble, always enjoy and really count your blessings, because you go through shit like this and now you're shocked. No. Kendrick, man, it's for the fucking Hall of Fame history books, and it'll be a lifelong discussion of this battle.
Directly, or however he can, to probably have a conversation with Drake. And I think this is probably Drake's way of saying, like, fam, don't try to hit my line. Like, this is what it is. This is where I'm at. Like, y'all knew what it was when, we was at Mike Rubin's party. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all knew the energy was different. I didn't speak to nobody. So I think this is his way of kind of like just standing down on that. Like, yo, listen, this is what it is.
I just find it gross. Like, it's definitely one thing to not mess with LeBron after him showing support to Kendrick, even though he has stated in the past he's a fan of hip hop. He's shown both Kendrick and Drake love in the past. So I don't doubt that if Drake won this battle or had a song as global, as massive, as amazing as a Not Like Us in this battle, LeBron would be singing that too. It's just hip hop. It's just business. And I think Drake probably has a hard time separating his industry friends from his real friends. But it's one thing to be against LeBron after that. It's a whole other thing to try to threaten him to, tarnish his reputation or expose him for cheating on his wife or alluding to that in DMs with some random guy. It shows that there's a lack of morals. And as far as the legitimacy of those leaked
How did I start
DMs,
this?
I mean, I showed you guys all the proof that this guy came with. Like, he was getting signed boxing gloves for Drake and his whole team, even against Gervonta Davis's request. He was getting the owl logo on shorts that Gervonta wore at a fight. I'm assuming he was Gervonta's manager. He was linking up with Drake in all these videos. Like, there's definitely a connection between them. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that these DMs are very much real and that Drake actually knew this guy enough to respond to him and divulge somewhat of some personal information, whether it's about the UMG lawsuit or talking about this guy's issue. But to bring up LeBron in all this about him cheating on his wife, even to use that as an example, even if it's not true, just to allude that is definitely ridiculous. And aside from these leak conversations, there were plenty of other Drake leaks in the last few days. One that I haven't seen many people talk about is 3 new snippets of Drake records that leaked. And as someone who is patiently waiting a strong comeback from Drake, strong music from him after this battle, I was kind of disappointed by these snippets. 2 of them, actually all of them, are just quite generic sounding Drake records. One of them is kind of like a love song seemingly, where he's doing like this high-pitched Young Thug voice, talking about missing and loving and wanting to see his baby. Another one with him and Party Next Door, where Drake is talking about his girl crying, never thought he'd see the day she cried till she cried in his arms. Another generic R&B record. It's tough to judge off small snippets, but again, it just sounds like something we've heard a million times from Drake before. It is good to know that there is really Party Next Door and Drake music that exists out there that is hopefully on the way. But the most interesting snippet is the third one, which is a more hip-hop based song where Drake actually raps, "F a rap beef, I'm trying to get the party lit." Kind of sounds similar to a No Face or Circadian Rhythm, where he's kind of pushing off the beef, saying like, how am I still up after all they did to try to tear me down? Here he's saying, "F a beef, I'm trying to see the party lit." Maybe this is a response to Kendrick's "Watch the Party Die," but I guess he didn't get the memo that Kendrick killed the party already. Plus, like, just to hear Drake still rapping, still singing about these immature subjects, watching his baby cry, getting the party lit. Like, if you're going to reflect on this beef, which you definitely should do, you need to do, if you want to come back and really humanize yourself and give people a glimpse into, your whole thought process after the battle, how you feel about how it went down, what went wrong, what went right, where you kind of stand now. It shouldn't be like on the Hard Part 6 where you're defending yourself against being a PDF file, or on the opposite side, wiping it off as if nothing happened and just saying like, yeah, we're back to making the party lit. If that's the case.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, not everybody also is built for these layers of maturity, especially if you're in certain circles and the success and the energy around you is what it was. This probably feels like just yesterday for Drake. Like I'm walking around and I step in and the party is lit. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level of maturity that everybody goes through at different phases of their life based on also the energy that's around them. And look at what Little Baby is saying. He's doing day in the life videos and he's talking about, his album now and where he is now and the type of person he is now and hoping that his fans evolve with him because he's a different person. He's not the same person. Like, he's street, but he's not in the streets anymore. Remember when Biggie did the same thing? He was like, I can't rap about that shit the way I used to rap about. I'm not there anymore. Jay went through it. Like, a lot of people go through that. It's not a arrogant statement to say if money ain't changed you, you ain't made enough. Like, that's not an arrogant statement. It's because people perceive that statement as being on some old like, oh, you stunting. No. The core your core morals, your core principles and values are to remain, right? But through life's chapters, you are to evolve. Evolution is never supposed to end. All the way to your grave, you are to continue to evolve. You are continue to learn. If they say knowledge is key, knowledge is power, and you should never stop learning. Be a student forever. If you don't apply those things, then how do you change? Those things are indicative of changing then, right? I learned something new, yet I'm still doing the same shit as if I didn't learn that. No, that doesn't make any sense. That's a fucking contradiction. That all complements maturity, evolution, and change. I ain't no fucking professor though. It's just, what is the next version of Drake? Is it a more matured, I learned more about life and the things that are important and how to navigate certain types of relationships. And I'm still a great artist and I can rap my ass off. And I'm also a vocalist and I have a knack for creating music. You know, if that gets, man, we're not going to sit here and do the whole type of music that we want to hear from Drake. We're not going to do that. Either way, this was a good video once again from Rapaholics. This whole LeBron thing to me makes me a little bit sick to my stomach. If you want to diss LeBron, diss him. I can get a song from Drake right now and hear him dissing LeBron because LeBron went to the pop out and he's rapping Kendrick's fucking lyrics at his birthday party. I could hear that diss track and I could be like, all right, first of all, is it dope? That's what I care about first. Is the song dope? Then we'll talk about the who's, the what's, the whys, the whens, and all that type of shit after. Right? But the moment you start to talk about like maybe we shouldn't tarnish your public image or you know, like you cheating on your wife and all that, it's like, wow, like what are you doing? What are you doing? Like that's that spiraling shit that Kendrick was talking about possibly, and it's just whack shit. So we will continue to monitor Drake. We gotta monitor your fucking behavior because we're still fans of this fucking guy, man. Hey, listen to us, man. Clean this shit up. This is nasty work.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.